Hi everyone, Paul here from the DFS Zone. The main goal of the DFS Zone is to help you make picks on your own by providing full statistics correlated with PrizePicks props. The DFS Zone, where you become the guru. Come check out my Patreon site at TheDFSZone.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to read and interpret the NFL PrizePicks spreadsheets. I've been working hard on some updates to the sheets and player cards to help you better visualize the player props. Before we continue, please help support my site and do like, share, and subscribe. Alright, so let's dive right in and have a look at the spreadsheet layout. We've got all the tabs at the bottom with the different props, pass yards, rush yards, receiving yards. They're all down here. I've got a few more to add. Those will be added shortly. We've also got the statistics tab at the beginning. I don't use this too much, but I will reference it once in a while when I want to take a deep dive on a player. Alright, back to the props. Alright, so let's go through the different columns on the passing yards props. First column is a yes/no column. This is optional if you want to use it or not. You can just use it to flag the props that you're interested in. Let's say I'm interested in Aaron Rodgers. I can put a yes there. Next column you can use if you want to designate whether you want the over or the under. Let's say I want the over on this one. Boom. Later on, if I want to filter out what I've selected, I can just filter out on the Y's. Alright. Next up, we have the name column, the position column, the team they play for versus the team they're playing against, the game information. All game times are Eastern Standard Time. GP is the number of games played. Last is the date of the last game they played. I've cut it off at January 2nd just because I didn't want to include week 18 from last year because they seemed to rest a lot of their starters and it was skewing the results. So we've cut it off there. Next up, we've got the OU column. So this is the over-under that PrizePicks is offering. So you got to either hit the over or the under. Next, we have LPS, which is the last prop score. How did that player do in their last game? AVG is the 5-game average for this prop. SD is the standard deviation of the average. Next up, we have the diff, which is the average minus the over-under. The diff percent, which is the diff divided by the over-under. And then we have the DVP, which is defense versus position and prop. So it's not just defense versus position, it's defense, position, and the prop. All right, next let's scroll over a little bit. We'll have a look at the hit rates. So we've got the hit rates for the last 10 games here. So you can see in the last 5 games, this would be the hit rate. For the last 10 games, this would be the hit rate. The spreadsheet is sorted based on the 5-game hit rate, followed by the 10-game hit rate, and then any ties are broken by the diff. So overs tend to be at the top, but not necessarily. Anything can happen. Then you go scroll down near the bottom, and the unders tend to be at the bottom. If anybody hasn't played at least 5 games, and they don't really get a full ranking, but they're included anyway. Next, we have the last 10 prop scores. So just to give you a brief summary of how they did in their last 10 games. And I also plan to add the weather and the betting lines in the near future. All right, next let's have a look at the best part, the player card. So let's have a look at Aaron Rodgers. So clicking the hyperlink on any player's name will bring up the player cards for that particular prop. It looks similar to what you have on PrizePicks, except we've got a 10-game average instead of just the 5-game average. So here, up here you have the over-under. We show whether they were at home or away. 5-game average, 10-game average. Nice graph showing his hit rate. The history for that particular prop. And then down below we've got the player statistics for the last year. These will be updated after each week. And I do plan to add some more features to these cards very soon. Alright, that pretty much covers how to use a spreadsheet. There's tons of cards to look at here for all the props. Let's just have a look at a couple other ones. We've got Jonathan Taylor here, over under 100. It looks like he's good for 100, especially going up against Houston, which is ranked 31st when it comes to DVP. Another one here is just of interest is Cooper Kupp. His hit rate is like, I don't know, 10 out of 10. But he is going up against the best defense against this prop. So keep that in mind. Let's have a close look here. Yep. Alright, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you find this video useful. Come check out my Patreon at TheDFSZone.com and subscribe to get access to the NFL spreadsheets and cards. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I hope you all have a great day.